What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we're here today with the review for Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition Season 18, Episode number 3. The episode was titled Public Enemies, you guys. Now, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and are not already subscribed, then what I'm gonna need you guys to do is do me the favor, stop taking me out on a date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, notifications on, share the video, and with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition, shall we? All right, you guys, so we see the boot campers. They're up and they're getting ready for day 3, right? So we see Moni is having a conversation with Amber, right? So they're in the kitchen, they're talking, and Moni is just talking about the fact that, you know, it was quite interesting for her to find out the day before that Tough still holds resentment to her for his failed career, you know, her not being there to support him through his career. And it's just very interesting. And even Amber said, like, what? Like, how does that have anything to do with you, right? And then you guys also remember that Judge Toller told Treasure that she wanted to talk to her sober. So we see Treasure's up trying to get something to eat. So then we see Treasure and Judge Toller, they go to a room to have a conversation, right? So Treasure is telling Judge Toller that, you know, she is shy, she's socially awkward, and that's why she drinks, and she also has anxiety, right? That's not a good reason to drink, right? It's really not, because to know me is to know that I'm shy and I'm a little bit socially awkward, but I'm more than anything, I am shy. So I don't need, you know, if you get me in a social setting, I don't need alcohol to loosen me up. If people come up to me and talk to me, it'll be kind of like it won't be a slow start, but it'll kind of be like, I got to inch into it. But once I feel comfortable talking to a person, then the conversation just flows, basically, right? So Judge Toller tells Treasure that what she wants for her to do is just to cut back on the drinking and just ride that wave that is the anxiety. And Treasure says, you know what, she'll try. So then we see the boot campers. So they're in the kitchen, and then the television comes on the monitor. It tells them to write down something that they wish the public knew about them, but they haven't been able to share it for whatever reason, you know, public image, management, brand deals, whatever it is, right? So Treasure, Miles, and Amber, they say that they're open books, right? So they really don't know what to write. So they put everything, so they write it down, put it in the envelope, and put it back. So we later see the couples. They go outside to find cardboard cutouts of themselves, right? So Dr. Ish, he has words, right? He has words like thirsty, thirsty, basically just adjectives, right? That would just define a person, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to take this word and each person is going to put it on the respective person that they feel the word belongs to, right? So now the word thirsty, it came up. They all kind of paused on that word thirsty. I was thinking that a lot of them were going to put that word thirsty on Treasure, but no. I saw some people put it on Treasure. I saw some people put it on Miles. But I will say, though, I noticed that Miles and Amber had a good majority of the words plastered all over their cardboard cutouts, right? So once the exercise was over, Miles and Amber were the two that were the most upset about this, right? That we saw on camera. So Miles and Amber, but this is what people perceive of you, right? They're not necessarily saying that that's what you are. This is just what they gather from, you know, at this point, a 3-day interaction with you. So this is just what what they're feeling. But like I said, Miles and Amber upset. But then we have a conversation that's been had by Molly, it's Tough, and it's Treasure, right? So they're talking about Miles and Tough and really tough in Molly. Molly is talking about how he doesn't really know Miles like that. Miles came to one of his parties, but he doesn't know him. I'm gonna pause here real quick, and we're gonna move forward because I got a lot of stuff to talk about with Miles. I mean, not Miles, but Mally. All right, you guys. So Molly. Molly is a complete and total idiot, right? Like, part of me wonder, is Molly trying to hide? Is Molly hiding something himself? Because he seems very fixated on Miles and his sexuality, right? You guys, I forgot to mention last week in the review that when they were doing that challenge, that Molly told Treasure to say to Miles, tell him, I know you like them balls. And Treasure said, Molly said he know you like them balls. Like, why did that have to come up? Like, why are you making a joke of this man's sexuality? Why? It's not even cool. So they had the word diva at one point, right? So there were some people who put that word diva on Molly. So Molly is basically a Neanderthal, a misogynist person. So Molly feels that the word diva should be attached to his words, not mine, but a bitch or a female. So then Molly, in his interview with Treasure, he's in an interview with Treasure, right? He's talking to the producers. He says that, Miles, he says diva, like he said, diva, he ain't no bitch, he ain't no fucking girl. So he feels that bisexual people are more emotional because, his words again, not mine, bisexual people, they have women and male and female tendencies, or men and women, male tendencies and, tendencies that a woman would have. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I was confused. I'm just like, what does that mean? He has male tendencies and he has the tendencies of a woman because he's bisexual. Like, I really wish that you guys would stop equating, like, that's a trait. Like, people have, those are traits. That doesn't have anything to do with him being bisexual. Like, and I don't know why people, and it's the ignorance that he thinks that being sensitive is something that a woman does. Men are sensitive as well. And in this episode, you kind of proved how sensitive you are, right? So then we see the boot campers. They go outside, right? So the thing that they wrote earlier about what they want the public to know about them, but they can't express to the public, they put them in the pool in a bottle. So one by one, they're going to go into the pool, pull them out, read them aloud, and then they're going to try to guess who said what, right? I'm going to pause here. Should I? Yeah. We're going to pause here, and then we're going to move forward. All right, you guys. So Nori went first, right? So he has one. So his says that I wish the public knew more about him as... It says, I wish the public knew more about me as a person and not a persona. I'm rough around the edges and closed off at times, but I have one of the most fun personalities. So they were like, who said that? So they thought that it was Treasure who said that. Treasure's like, it wasn't me. So it actually ended up being Tough who said that. And I was like, what persona do you have? No shade, but what persona do you have? So then the next one up, I forgot who pulled this one. It says, I wish the public knew I hate social media. It's just a necessary evil in my life, and I hate public displays of affection. And this one was from Treasure. And even me, Moni, and Tough said the same thing. You don't like public displays of affection. But she's saying that, when she gets drunk, I guess that brings out that side of her. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then the next one says, I want the public to know I was going to be on another reality show. Now, that one was obvious. That was Neri. She's on Love and Hip Hop Miami. So Dr. Ish asked her, well, why do you want people to know that about you? She says, I want people to know that I got my own money and that I contribute to things as well. So then the next one is, Treasure had this one. There is nothing I wish the public knew about me. I live my life for what it is, and I manage myself and others, and I just want to be me. And she says, oh, I know who this one is. That's Uncle Fester. So then the next one is, I wish people knew I big up people, but I hate compliments. And this one came from Nori. So Nori says, he would rather big up people, but he can't take compliments. And Dr. Ish says, hey, I was like that as well. He says, basically don't run away from it. And you know what? Listening to that, I'm someone that's like that too. Like I'll give credit to other people, right? And I'll big up other people, but it's hard for me to hear people compliment me. It's always been like that, right? Because when people compliment me, when people give me a compliment, I kind of cringe just a little bit. And I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. I just prefer to, just big up other people. And when people say, because like even here on YouTube, like when I hear other YouTubers say that they watch my videos, I'm like, really? Like you watch me? Like I've heard Misha said on her channel that she watches me. Who else is? It's quite a few of them that say they watch me. I'm like, you watch little old me? I know Misha's watched me. I know Nikki Starr has left comments on my channel. Terrence from Giving the Real Tea has left comments. I'm like, wow, y'all watch me? Like I watch all of y'all, and I think that y'all do better than I do. And I'm like, wow, it's just interesting. So see, there we go. So the next one is, so Amber pulled this one. She says, I hide from the public that depression sticks with me. And this was actually the one that she wrote, and Miles knew that, right? So Amber says that she has to be the strongest person in her family. And I really felt bad for her in that sense. So then the next one is, I wish the public knew I was never sexually active with my partner and others at the same time. And Miles said this one, and he's talking about the fact that people called him DL. Technically, Miles, based off of your storyline from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 2, right? That storyline, it was a DL storyline, right? Because Amber didn't know that you were in a relationship with Milan. Now, she may have knew that I don't even know if she knew that you were bisexual. I still believe that Amber knew for years that he was bisexual. But they brought that to the show. But that's neither here nor there, right? So then the next one was, someone was mentally and physically abused while in another relationship. And that was Moni. Damn, I really felt bad for Moni. Like, and then, Dr. Ish, she said, he asked her, did anybody else know about that? She says, no, the only person who ever really knew about that was Tough. And he said, did he add to it? Or did he, did he support you through it? Or did he add to it? She said he added to it with the cheating, basically. So we're going to pause here and we're going to wrap up the episode. All right, you guys. So then they meet up in the boot camp room, right? So Judge Toller comes out, and this part of the exercise, so we've got earlier in the day where everyone said what they, put the words that they thought associated with the person, right? And basically all those words were negative. And also Dr. Ish said that he got those words from social media. So that's what people think about. Those are words that people have used to describe them on social media, right? So Judge Toller has come out, and what she's doing now is, so we're taking away the negative, what people think about you, and we're talking to your partners, and we're asking your partners words that they think associate with you, right? So Nori said that Neri is impressive, and she says that he's loving. Moni says Tough is, really very sweet, and he says that she's strong. Then Amber says that Miles, he's strong-minded, right? And Miles says for her, she's an amazing mother. Molly says Treasure is a sweetheart, whereas people think she's a home wreck. I'm like, whose home did she wreck? And then she says that Molly is given. So that was it. So then the boot campers, they were dismissed. So they then went their separate ways, right? So everyone is sitting outside, and Molly is in one chair, and then Miles comes out, and Miles is asking Molly, can he sit here? Molly is trying to say that Miles is playing a victim card. I'm like, how is he playing a victim card? And the thing is, Miles hit the nail on the head, right? Because he's talking about, and Molly in this episode kept saying, you're bisexual, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. And at one point, Miles had to say, but my dude, look at the way you dress. You got the nail polish on. Like, someone could perceive you as gay just by based off of your appearance. But here you are clowning me, trying to joke with me, right? But Molly got defensive about that. I'm like, but it's okay for you to make a joke about him like a boss, but like, but you're gay. What is his sexuality? Why does his sexuality have to be a joke? Like, I didn't understand that. Why does the man's sexuality have to be a joke? Like, let's joke about you and them cases the case you got, the sex trafficking case you had against you, the these cases that you. Let's joke about those cases. Would you find that funny, Molly? I mean, it's out there for us to see. Do you think that that's funny? So I'm not rocking with. I've never really actually liked Molly Mall, even when he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Didn't like him then. Still don't like him to this at this present point. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified of when I drop anything else. Share the video, and until the next one, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.